Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome into the studio. I am Andy. Today we're going to be talking about AI tools, and I'm going to show you this promo I just made for my upcoming record. And we're going to talk about can we do that stuff? Is that okay? I don't know. Not generally a fan of AI, and I've just watched Ben Jordan's latest video, which is fantastic. If you haven't watched that, he's got a lot of good AI type conversations and content. It's very relevant, especially to a person like me. I am a professional creative. I do like all the creative things, and AI is starting to get into all the places. So we're going to have a look at this thing, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay. So, let's have a look. Well, let's hide Ben. We don't want to look at you. I mean, cute guy, Ben, but come on, this is cuter, isn't it? It's a robot. So this is the album cover. This will remain. I will publish this cover. And I guess I tell myself I don't have a problem with this. I made this in Adobe Photoshop with generative AI prompts. And, it took a couple, if you've ever done this before, it's not just like type a word and instantly. I mean, sometimes maybe, but I had to do several iterations and change some things and this and that. Then I have what I want here. And then I thought, later I was like, the other day, I'm like, could I bring this to life? Kind of. I know there's AI video tools that animate faces and such. But can I actually do that? And free? Because, I don't want to pay for any of this shit. For sure, I don't want to pay for it. But, so here's what I made. Right? And then we'll talk about it. I can only run so far. This I know it left the scar. Bleeding on the table, choking on the labels, gently staring hard. I know, you're like, where's the AI? It's coming. Oh, maybe I was wrong. It's okay. I'll try again and face things that stay and let the ones that go stay away. Push the button. And there you have it, right? So there's what I made with AI tools. So the process involved here, as I described, Photoshop, a bunch of generations, get to a thing finally. Then I take that to this video tool. Which one? It's called Hedra, hedra.com. And Hedra then animated the face. Now, I did have to, go back and record a very specific, enunciated voiceover track to do the lip sync stuff. And that took a couple of goes at it. And the generator itself at Hedra, you only get 10-second clips, and that may be just a trial limitation. But like I said, I'm not trying to pay for this stuff. But so the Hedra thing, eventually I get that synced, and then you're generating a bunch of clips to get, whatever, 60 seconds of, that animated head stuff. And then you can see it's a kind of a, there's a lot of Premiere going on in here. This wasn't just a type of prompt and spit out a thing. There is a bit of art happening, I feel like. Obviously up until the point when we, get the actual robot in frame and introduce that stuff, like here. So here's where I land, I guess, on it. And yes, will I actually publish that and use that as a promo and pursue that as like a way to do some art? And so here's where I'm coming from, and here's why it's a conversation, right? Most people that have a problem, or a lot of people that have, we'll just talk about like some of the problems people have with AI. A lot of people will be like, yo, it's not art. And I would tend to agree with that. If you're just typing in some words and it gives you back some music or a video or an image, like, you're not really making art. I mean, maybe you're describing art to an entity that then makes art, but I don't think that's art. No. So I would tend to agree with that. Now, how does that compare to what I'm doing, which is, using AI tools to make art? And so, like, I feel like I've always had a general rule of thumb being that this, like, adheres to it because this is a thing that I couldn't make before. Like, I like to put out interesting things, I guess, and in general, like, yeah, things I haven't seen before. And which is why I don't do music videos. Like, what's to do? I don't like to be inauthentic, and I'm just a guy who sits in my studio and makes music. I don't barely go outside. Well, I go outside on my property because we live in like our own state park, and we're always outside and doing things. But how many videos could I make of me walking through the woods? Or standing in the field? It just like gets stupid at a point, and. Okay, well, what do you do then? Get some stock video and piece together a story about a thing or whatever. And it's like, well, quit being like a chode and just like get creative and make some cool thing. And well, I do that for other people. Lots of animated type videos with the text flying all around and all this stuff. And I'm very good at it, but it's very time consuming, and I just don't have it in me to do it for me. It's just too much. And like, I always default to like, who the hell cares anyways? Like, I've been putting out my music without promoting it, like, or without trying to be an artist for 20 years. I mean, it's barely consumed. I mean, it's just what it is. And that will probably get even less as the market gets just utterly proliferated with AI junk. So is it ethical at all? Gosh, for me to make anything with an AI tool? Well, let me say this too. I'm a person who's already lost over half my income to technological enhancements. My career began as like my money career as a web designer, right? That stuff, you don't need web designers anymore. Very lucrative freelance career that disappeared along with photography. I was a professional photographer. That still exists, but not to the extent that it did. It used to be easy to make money just because I had a good real camera. That's not the case anymore. So I had to evolve. Logos, branding, people do that all themselves now. So like, half of my job easy went, and if I didn't evolve and change my stuff and shift to like mostly video and music and different stuff, I wouldn't be sitting here. And so why would I now resist this change? This is just evolution, isn't it? I mean, I went through it already with technology. Everything evolved. It took my jobs right away, which I knew was coming. So yeah, I was ready for it. No big deal. None of us saw this coming, and it's happening so fast. But do we not still maybe want to be ready for it? We can't stop it. We know it's happening. It's an evolution. It's coming at us. It's coming at us fast, right? Especially in the creative spaces. My wife and everybody that she works with in her corporate type job, they all have AI tools embedded in everything already, and they all love it. And so, as we have learned from people like Ben Jordan, it's all coming to our world too. So, should I resist and, have it walk over me anyways? Or is it okay to approach this in the way of, well, I can use these tools to make a thing that I couldn't make before. Like this, I couldn't make this before. Like, I wouldn't have hired anyone to do it because it's not worth enough to me to pay for it. It just wouldn't have existed. I would have made something else. But now I can make this, and I understand it. It learned how to do what it does by looking at other people's art. I learned what I know how to do by looking at other people's art. So I don't know, again, I don't know how those exist together. Can I be like, take a stance against AI because it learns exploitatively, is that the word, from other people's art when me and every artist I know did the exact same thing? I never had to pay a royalty to Hillman Curtis for learning how to make cool websites, but I copied half of everything they fucking ever did. So, like, I don't know where you draw the lines, but this thing does exist, and now I have to decide, do I keep it? Do I publish it? Like, do I really use this as an AI, as a promotion piece of media that represents me? Because it's been made with AI tools, and AI, as we've just discussed, wants to replace me, kinda. And, it's also worth saying, don't people who see a thing evolving and adapt and change to fit that evolution, don't they fare better? It worked for me the first time that I had to go through this, and I think it'll work for me now. So my current thinking is that I'm going to embrace the tools, the AI tools that are available to me, and see if I can't make art. Because right now, this is a thing I couldn't make before, and that you probably can't make now. And that's a challenging statement, I know. Sorry if I pissed you off. Tell me in the comments if you can. Like, I'd love to hear who's making stuff like this too. But maybe not you, but a lot of people. If I post this to Instagram, a lot of people might see that in my feed and be like, that's pretty cool. I don't think I could do that. Or they might be like, oh, wow, that's just AI stuff? I want to do that. And they'll hop over to a browser and be like, let's see what's up. And they'll quickly learn that you can't just type 7 words into a prompt and get that. Right? So it kind of checks my boxes. It's a cool art thing that I've not necessarily seen quite like this before. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's a robot with headphones growing out of her ears, or its ears. So I gendered the robot. I don't know why I did that, man. Come on, Andy. So it checks a box, and yeah, a lot of people probably couldn't do that, like right now, even with the tools. So it checks that box too. So I don't know. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. AI's coming for us all. Is it okay to use the tools, or is it just not? Do we just avoid them? Because while, that part of me wants to be like, yeah, we just avoid them. Don't touch them. Any touching of an AI tool is an endorsement of AI. But if we say that, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be in my sink and refrigerator or something before too long. So I don't know. Where does this conversation start and end? I guess. Kind of lost. Let me know what you think in the comments. Cheers. Rock your day.